Hey, welcome to Two Guys Garage. Now go top off that cup of Joe. We need you as amped up as we are today.
That's right, man. We got a Mopar in the shop, and we're gonna have some fun under the hood, underneath the car, and right out the back door.
And we got Mopar Willie in the house. He's geeked up. He's getting me worked up as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. You guys, stick around.
That's what we're talking about, man. Some challenges, some Mopar love.
That's right. You know, I love how easy these things come apart these days. You know, it's like they snap them together almost on the assembly line.
Gotta love that. It's a 2012 RT Challenger.
And we're gonna pull this air inlet off, so we're gonna get a lot more power out of this thing. Now we started out with a whopping 372 horsepower on the automatic, 400 foot-pounds, which, you know, is a pretty sizable number.
Not bad for 340 cubic inches. You know, 345 was the 5.7. And again, like you said, 372 horsepower, a little bit more with the manuals, but we can bolt on in 30 minutes, you know, 20 horsepower with the cold air intake and a little bit more throttle body. So less than 30 minutes, you get 30 plus horsepower.
Well, these are a little bit more sizable vehicle than the Camaro and the Mustang, so throwing a little more horsepower kind of brings you up into the game a little bit, makes them a little more nimble, a little more fun to drive.
It does. They are big girls, man. Like the wheelbase on these things, like 116 cubic inches. A lot of people think they look identical to the old Challengers, you know, the first gens, the 70s. Well, not. They're a lot bigger car. That wheelbase is, you know, 110, some of that ballpark. So it's a little bit bigger car even than the earlier 70 models.
Now these are great because they're a muscle car, but they're also sort of like a touring car. You know, they've got a little bit more plush and luxury to them, which makes them nice for an all-around daily driver and a beater, you know, when you want to go have some fun. Uh-oh.
Floor, I'll get it.
Well, the early ones, 1970 to 74, I mean, that really kicked off.
Love those cars, man. Those E-bodies, that kind of kicked off the big Mopar pony car craze, you know? They were a little late to the game, I guess.
I was gonna say, pony car wars really kicked off in 1964 and a half with the Mustang. You know, the Camaro came out in 67, so man, what happened with Mopar, man? They really came late to the game.
Yeah, well, they were killing everything with those big B bodies in the late 60s. But you're right, the pony car craze from Mopar started in 70. Hey, they saved the best to last. They saw what Ford and Chevy was doing wrong. They improved it. They sold like 77,000 Challengers in 1970. Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, so they're big in 70 and 71, but unfortunately, the smog time started coming in, you know? So just when the good stuff was coming out, man, the emissions were choking us off, and it's just a shame. So that's why a lot of those early ones, the 70, 74s, you know, in total, there weren't a lot of sales. So over the years, you know, the collectors have really grabbed onto them, and you guys have seen the auctions, man, those prices are through the roof.
Yeah, man. Even, and I think that's why these do so well, you know, with the people now, because, you know, they're popular, they look a lot like those early models. And, you know, today we're gonna throw some BBK stuff on it and improve this 5.7. This goes, you know, 85 millimeter throttle body. Upgrade on that. You got a cold air intake, easy to add 30 horsepower. Remember back in the day, to get 30 horsepower, you have to go from a 383 to a 440.
Yeah, an engine swap, you know?
Right?
Yeah, but now with a little bit of tuning, you know, a little bit of air, a little bit of exhaust, I mean, you could pick up 30, 40 ponies, go have a blast. And you know what? You still get that same ride quality, that same sort of cold start and hot start. And these are easy to put on there, a lot of fun. Now, you know, there was more than just a first gen. There was sort of a earlier Challenger. It was a 1959 silver Challenger.
Right, silver Challenger. Now, actually, you have a car so close to that you wouldn't believe it. They look identical. The funny thing about that silver Challenger, it's like Bigfoot, man. Right? Nobody knows about it. You can't hardly find anything online about it. It's like an anomaly. But then in 1959, there was a two-tone silver, came in a 6-cylinder or a V8, like a 361 Challenger, and it wore the first Challenger badge. I've got one really similar. It's called a Dodge Custom Royal D500. Super rare car, super cool to see. It's the grill on it looks like it's just frowning and really mad.
Look look cool. They're pretty slick little rides. So everybody, you think 70 through 74, you got a first gen Challenger. No, you really got like a second.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a half gen.
Yeah. How you doing on that thing over there?
Good, man.
How many screws you got left?
Yeah, man, just a couple.
Couple? All right, you got a zip tube over there. Yeah. This guy's ready. I'll plug in my PCV again. So that's all set. All we need now is connect the A to B. We're ready to go rock it out, man.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, man, because being a big fan of Mopar and those first gen Challengers, that 70 through 74. Now, I don't own one. I do own one of these, and I own a 2009 Challenger, and it's a 6.1 liter, right? This is the RT. Back in the day, the RT was king, man, right? You could get a 446 pack. A lot of people on the street will talk about how that 446 pack will battle the 426 Hemi, you know, all day, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of you know, bench racing about which was better, you know, the Hemi and the 440. I mean, both of them are out there just smoking it. Seems like the drag race guys get that little RPM and a little bit higher flow up there. They're always bragging Hemi, but on the street, man, I don't know, that 440 is a pretty solid piece.
Yeah, it was rated at 390 horsepower, but a lot of guys will tell you on the street it was the king. You know, it was by far the king. And again, man, anytime you take those smaller versions, 3,600 pounds versus this guy, well over 4,000, and you have, you know, whether it's 425 horsepower or that 390, it was a pretty bad ride back in 1970, bro.
All right, the final piece. Right. Let's see if we can slide that guy in.
But it's funny, the guy that designed this is the same guy, cat named Carl Cameron. He designed the early first-gen Chargers, like the 66 Chargers, right? So they brought him back in 2007, had him put his signature on these guys, and then you got, bam, Dodge's first entry back into the muscle car craze of the early mid-2000s. Kind of cool.
One more band clamp here, and we are set to go for a ride. So you guys stick around, we come back, we got a lot more goodies, a little more Mopar action. See you in a few.
This segment is brought to you by ARP Bolts, the world leader in fastener technology.
Hey, welcome back to our 2012 Challenger project. Take a look upstairs. We got our BBK induction system all knocked out, our bigger 85mm CNC throttle body all the way to our reusable high flow air filter.
Nice work. Now when we go down in the basement of the car, you're gonna see an awesome exhaust system from Solo Performance. We start out the front, right? All right, so we have a lot of people know what an X-pipe is, right? The benefits of an X-pipe.
Yeah, you're blending the pulses from side to side of the engine.
Yeah, well here they've incorporated the X-pipe into the actual muffler, wrapped it with some T304 stainless steel, so it's always gonna look fantastic and perform just as good. Now these guys are really passionate about eliminating that drone frequency, that unwanted you get in the cab, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they've done a lot of work in pioneering what they call a J-tube. So when that exhaust valve opens, you get this wave of pressure, this sound frequency. Now it's gonna enter into this J-pipe, and it's gonna rebound off this cap right here, come back in upstream and kill that frequency. Really cool what they've done, and this replaces where the old mufflers were in the exhaust system. So you have the Mach X muffler, you have this J-pipe technology, it totally eliminates that unwanted drone frequency and gives you that big throaty sound of a muscle car.
Well, what's cool is it's tunable, and you go, what is this contraption? I've never seen that before. Yeah. Well, actually you have. Look at any new car. This is the zip tube actually off of this car. You can get any sort of unwanted frequency, note, whatever sound. Well, this is an expansion volume. Same thing here. Whether it's the diameter or the length of the tube, it's an expansion volume that'll pick a particular frequency that you don't want and sort of knock it out. So it's cool. If you got a particular drone you find in your car, you can change the length of this thing to get just that frequency and kill it, so you get that raw, that meaty, you know, let that engine really breathe without having to choke it off with too much muffler to try to hide the things you don't want.
And then out the back gate, we have the round tips or the square tips.
Yeah, which one are you going with?
I think I'm gonna go with the square.
That's good, because I didn't want to have to take you outside. I like the double squares. The originals are the rectangles, you know, so now we got kind of a quad look, matches the back of that car. So, you know, I'm really interested to hear how this thing sounds because I love the rawness, but, you know, I've got a little age on me. It gets a little tough when you're cruising down the road and you get that annoying boom at just that frequency you're just cruising at. So let's get this sucker on, man.
Let's get after it. Yep. All right, here it is, Kev, our solo performance exhaust, all installed, all in, ready to make some good throaty noise.
SRT guys, watch out. We're up in this baby. Stay tuned, we come back, we got some tuning action to bring it all together.
All right, our next tech tip is all about air door actuators. Sounds fun, right? Absolutely not, because you probably are unaware of where these things are at. Now, air door actuators control the blend doors, these guys right here. And understand, this HVAC system is right up against the dash, so it's way up underneath the car, really difficult to get to. And a lot of times, it'll take a tech 5 to 7 hours just to reach this point. So it's a job you only want to do once, and you want to do it right. That's why we teamed up with TechSmart. Our friends from Standard Motor Products had came out with a whole line of TechSmart products. And they've just done some things that the competition has simply overlooked. For example, chamfer pins. So if you come in here close, I'll show you the big difference. It's a little thing that can turn into a real big thing. The original equipment has these flat pins, and if you don't line up those flat pins perfectly, you can see how simple it is to bend, break, or even snap some of these flat pins off. Where our friends at TechSmart, they have these chamfer pins that gives you a little wiggle room when you're up there and doing the job blindly. So you're down here, you're twisted all kinds of different ways, you're trying to get the wiring up in there. Gives you that wiggle room so you snap it into place, the things fit perfect, you're done with the job. Standard Motor Products have come up with an entire line of TechSmart products available at Federated Auto Parts.
We've got all of our mods done. We've changed a lot of the air path through the engine, from our intake system all the way through our exhaust. So normally you would take, you know, some tuning, some complicated tuning, maybe with a laptop. But you know, there's a lot of great options now that make it really simple and trouble-free. Now, Diablo Sport's been around for a long time. This is their old Trinity system. It does a lot of things from virtual gauges to letting you tune to all kinds of stuff. But now they've got their latest InTune. This is a little handheld. It's kind of like a little, you know, smartphone. Well, it's got tunes already in it for all of the basic mods that are in the aftermarket. So you can pick up one of these cars, you can do the mods that are available that are easy to you, and the tuning's already done by them on their dynos. It's all worked out. You don't have to worry about did I put too much spark, not enough fuel. They're in here. So I can do everything from, you know, diagnostic trouble codes. So I can use it as a scan tool. It knows the VIN, it looks it up, or I can put the new tune on. So I can pick, you know, data logging, or I can go back to tune my vehicle. I can pick right vehicle. As soon as I turn the key on, it's gonna find that VIN. I can download my original, put the new one on for whatever calibration I want, whether it's a high octane or a low octane version, and they're always coming out with new tunes. So I can get online, I've got a connector on here, standard, you know, PC connector, and I can download all the new tunes in case there's new parts available or there's new options. Now this Diablo Sport InTune will cover not only this car, but a whole slew of Dodges and Chryslers, Ram trucks, Jeeps. They even got fuel economy modes. Stick around, let me get this sucker uploaded with the right calibration. We'll have some fun.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, check out speed.com or visit TwoGuysGarage.com.
Hey, welcome back. We're continuing on our 2012 Dodge Challenger. Now check out what we're doing to it now. We have us a Nitro Fill E170. Now why would you put nitrogen in your tires? Simple, permeation, oxidation, and a pretty cool club membership. Allow me to explain. Permeation, all right? You ever sit your car at a project in a corner and slowly the tires get flat? All right, what happens is oxygen on a molecular level is a lot smaller than nitrogen. Nitrogen, she's a big girl. She won't permeate the carcass of the tire and slowly go flat. Oxidation. Oxygen has a lot of moisture in it. Nitrogen is an inert gas. That's exactly what you want in your tire, nothing but pressure. All right, you ever gone outside and you seen that thermal expansion when it's cold? You start your car that says, boop, tire monitoring service. Pay attention to your tires. You think, oh my God, they're flat. No, it's just cold and the oxygen condensed, okay? Now, the cool club membership. Every time you fill up with Nitro Fill, you get these little caps on the back and go online. Enter this little membership code. Really simple. That code for a year will get you all kinds of stuff. Tire repair, replacement, 24-hour emergency road service, even get you towing just for using Nitro Fill and nitrogen in your tires. Pretty good stuff, man.
You know what's even cooler is than not having to fill up your tires all the time?
Right.
Is if you could have a nitromethane fill machine, you know?
Right? Honey, the car goes really fast now. We have nitro in the tires.
Yeah, so we take this RT a little bit closer, maybe even beyond an SRT version.
Amen, man. Well, I'm loving this next-gen Challenger, man. It's just a cool hot rod, that old school look. Love it.
Yeah, well, when you say next gen, I mean, aren't we skipping a generation of Challengers? Wasn't there one in the middle, like in the late 70s, 83?
No, what happened in 78, we don't talk about. It stays in 78.
I don't know, man. It was what was it, a Mitsubishi rebadged as a Challenger?
Yeah,
they have like a Plymouth version?
Hey, don't make me bring up the 76 Mustang.
Hey, all right. I was going to go to that whopping four-banger they had in that thing, but, you know, that Mustang was kind of lame, too.
It was bad, a 1.6 and a 2.6 liter, awful.
Those were bad years. I'm glad we've moved on, you know? But we had a lot of fun today. We got, you know, from front to back and underside, everything from even the rolling action of these tires. So hopefully you guys had fun on our little challenge to try to get our Challenger up, you know, to kind of SRT-ish.
Yeah, as close as we can get in an RT version. So
I think it's time for us to go hit the roads.
Let's do just that.
When doing a brake job, it's important to keep the many brake surfaces and components clean. First step, grab a can of CRC Brake Clean brake parts cleaner. The chlorinated formula in the red can is the strongest available to remove brake dust, road grime, and grease. Use CRC Brake Clean on the caliper assembly and bolts, and wipe with a clean rag. Spray Brake Clean on the new rotor before you install to get rid of the protective oil used in shipping. CRC offers brake clean in 6 different formulas to meet any VOC level requirements for any different state. This tip is brought to you by CRC Industries, makers of Brake Clean, the #1 brake parts cleaner.
Hey, welcome back. And you gotta love a product that literally makes you look like a hero. From Workshop Hero, it's their Metal Rescue Rust Remover Bath. Now, we all need a bath to get rid of our dirt. This is a bath for all your parts, and it literally attacks everything to do with rust. Look, I'm working right now.
Some people might call us lazy, but I think of it as being savvy.
Yes.
Now, first thing, you got an old fuel tank. It's got, you know, rust inside of it, whether it's your hot rod project, your rototiller, lawnmower. Doesn't matter. Let me see you try to get your fingers in there and clean that sucker out.
Awesome.
What's great about this, just make sure, you know, the grease and grime is out of it. Then you can fill in the rust remover bath and let it sit. Walk away. 12 to 24 hours later, look at the difference between the two sides. Obviously, you know, you don't have to cut the hole out, but so you can see how cool it is. You know, that's how easy it is. It just attacks the iron oxide or the rust, not your paint, not your seals, not your fingers.
And it works on everything, from gas tanks to gauges. It is simply that easy. You just drop it in, it's biodegradable, safe, you can get it on anything and everything.
And once you've got it clean, hit it with a little dry coat. You can set it on the shelf for a year or so. It's all good. That's the Metal Rescue Rust Remover Bath.
From Planted Technology, it's the Planted Seat Bracket. I love it. Easy bolt-in installation for almost any make and model possible.
And I love the name because anybody knows about performance driving. You want to be planted in your seats. You can always remember who to go to. So these guys work with just about every aftermarket seat company out there. You know all the big names. You get the seat that fits you, that looks right for your vehicle. Well, now you need to mount it in your specific vehicle. Well, these guys go out and actually make the bracket for your make and model. So check them out. You can find your favorite seat, your favorite car, and you got the guys out here, Planet Technologies, to marry it all together.
Yeah, it's 3/16 steel welded here in the United States. Planet Technology with a planted seat bracket.
All right, next up from Aiken Chemical Company, it's Purple Power. It's a concentrated industrial strength cleaner.
Yeah, man, and it's the only thing that can clean my microwave, honest to God.
Now, some of you guys, you might buy the little bottle. Some of you that make a little bit more mess might buy the bottle. This is the way we buy it in the 5-gallon pail. Wish we could get it in the 55-gallon drum.
Go pick it up. It literally blows through any sort of stains, grease, debris. The second it hits it, it's gone. Creates a little barrier between the stain and the contact surface.
And it's biodegradable, so squirt that stuff everywhere, man. Check them out.
It's great. Aiken Chemicals, Purple Power, degreaser and cleaner.
You know, one way to keep the integrity of the design and build of an old classic or a custom, you know, you hook up with guys like Custom Auto Sound that give you the system, which lets you get that sort of high, you know, high-tech stereo sound, but let you blend it in with the look and feel of your old ride.
Check out the, they look like AC units, but these are actually speakers. Kind of an old school look, but new school sound. They have a really sweet subwoofer. You can put it underneath the seat in the package tray. Hide it, you get that quality sound, modern feel, modern sound, with all the applicable iPods, MP3s, attachments available.
Yeah, I mean, these things, you throw them up under the dash, and I bet you most people would not know that those are satellite speakers. You got bass control, super simple. Custom Auto Sound, the system, a great way to kick it up, you know, get that really cool sound without making it, you know, knock down the integrity of your ride. Now, we had a lot of fun today. That Challenger is just sitting over there. It's got my name in the driver's seat.
No, bro. No, I'm in the driver's seat. You're shotgun, my man.
All right, maybe there's 2 name tags there. So we'll just Rochambeau, you know, who's going to get to go first.
All right. We're out of time now. You guys have a great one. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
I win! You didn't see it, but I won. See you guys next time.